Consider that as you watch this next story, as it may leave you speechless.
And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country.
Great speeches have often defined great people.
I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
Their words have become memorable rhetoric, frozen moments in both history and time.
And Mom said, cover your mouth with your sleeve with a cough or a sneeze.
Which is why last spring, Governor Christine Gregoire here in Washington sought out somebody who could do the same for her. A great speechwriter, somebody with both skill and talent.
Wash your hands and do a good job at washing one's hands.
But for over a year, the state has had a hiring freeze to save money. In fact, Governor Gregoire told me the financial outlook for 2010 isn't all that good.
So we're going to sit without increase in employment, without increase in revenue for a good period of time, possibly until the first quarter of 2010.
But the need for a speechwriter outweighed the need to save the state money. So in spite of her own statewide hiring freeze, Governor Gregoire submitted a waiver, an exception, asking for a speechwriter, saying the need is, quote, critical, as that person's going to have to write minor welcoming remarks and graduation speeches, as well as speeches on policy. The salary for that position, $65,496 a year.
Is that something maybe we could have lived without, given that in private sector a lot of people are not filling positions?
You know, I think it's important for me to get out and talk to the people across the state of Washington, to send a message across the nation of issues that are important to Washington state. And so I filled that position, but I went through the waiver request. I've cut my staff by 10%. That's more than was asked of any state agency. So we've stepped up to our responsibility. We've taken it very seriously.
On any given day, 65 people work for Governor Gregoire's office, all earning a total of $3,685,602 a year. Yet the waiver says the governor's office won't be able to cover the duties of this position.
Stay home when you're sick.
In October, the governor's speechwriter wrote 27 scripts, and in September, he wrote 25, including her remarks on this day.
So I've come here today to remind people that a vaccine for the seasonal flu is important, and I'm here to ask people to get their vaccine and do so as soon as possible.
So does the state really need somebody to write a speech reminding us to get a flu shot in flu season? In this case, Governor Gregoire's own waiver seems to really contradict what this speechwriter position is all about. For example, how can it be critical to research basic information? And how critical is it to have somebody to write minor welcoming remarks? I checked with Governor Butch Otter's office in Idaho, and they told me they don't pay a speechwriter. In fact, they said the governor writes his own speeches, or the job is simply handled by somebody on the communications staff. In the newsroom, I'm Bill McGinty reporting.